Welcome back to the HoodCast.
The opinions expressed on the HoodCast are those of the guests and the host. They reflect no inference or agreement by Hood Tech Productions or Hood Tech Productions LLC or HoodCast LLC. The information presented on the HoodCast is not intended to offend any race, creed, religion, sexual orientation, or nation of origin. Please listen at your own discretion.
It is now time.
It's time.
Get ready. Get ready.
Let's do it.
What's good?
What it do, Willie Biggs? I think that it is time for the show, bro.
All right, it's the HoodCast theme song. It's about time we gave y'all a new one. So G-Mac got us in the booth. Let's go.
Hey man, we back. It's the show from the past. So get your drink and grab a seat because we're here. And if I didn't before, let me make it clear. We on Instagram and Facebook, turn us loud up in your ear. We're shining brighter than a hanging crystal chandelier. Hanging from the roof, shenanigans funny as hell. You know, man, we the truth. Without further ado, I hit the boards and grab the mic. We get online a little early so we can get our sound right. And then we go off and show off when we do our thing. We spit the truth to the world. I hope you understand our slang. I am the host who they call G-Mac the boss. Trying to make up for the lost time in the few years that we lost. We play that 5S music, it's the same thing all the time. My passion is so depth, but you can tell it in this rhyme. I'm good on my refreshments, I done went to the store. The moment we all be waiting for. It's our time now for the show, yeah.
All right, let's go. It's HoodCast. You know what it is, your favorite show, twice a week. www.hoodcast.podomatic.com, hoodtechproductions.com. G-Mac, I'll tell them what it is, bro.
The show that's in the present, but it's from the past. They say the HoodCast was a one hell of a cast. It's the show that say that makes your stomach weak. Instagram and Facebook twice a week. The show that's in the present, but it's from the past. They say the HoodCast was a one hell of a cast. It's the show that say that makes your stomach weak. Instagram and Facebook twice a week.
This is Robot Ron, and now the moment you all been waiting for. G-Mac, Willie Biggs, and Code Up.
Hello, everyone. Welcome back to another edition of Hood Tech Presents the HoodCast. www.hoodtechproductions.com. This is HoodCast 272. In this thing I'm a jig, I am G-Mac, the boss. What's up, everybody? Solo on tonight with Miss Jenny. Just me and Jenny. The other two boys ain't here, so it's just me and the queen of the HoodCast. You know, see what I'm saying? Talking about these twisted issues. Man.
The world we live in.
Y'all see her background, right? Y'all see her background? If y'all been keeping tabs of current events, a mass shooting in a Texas elementary school, claimed the life of how many? 14 kids?
No, it's 21 people, 2 adults, 19
It went
children.
up? Wow.
Went up. Some of those, I know that some were airlifted. As of right now, we did find out that he did not die of a self-inflicted wound. There was actually a cop that took him down. New York can learn a whole lot from this. The cop involved in this actually took out the trash.
Yeah.
You know what I
it's
find?
shame how young that trash was, though. My God, man.
Well, guess what? He was still in high school.
Right. Oh my God. This a baby.
I have a lot of questions. And the reason why I have so many questions is simply because what I'm trying to wrap my head around right now is that, you know, we're having these shootings, and of course we know how politics in this country work. We know how this works. Black folks, we have been on this particular continent for thousands of years now, so we know what they do and how they do it and how the nature of the animal, for lack of a better word. So the night that this happened, it was PC because they were trying to get a death toll and they were trying to get what exactly happened, and this situation was very scattered. Um this particular incident is now topping what happened 10 years ago in Sandy Hook Elementary.
Yeah.
What behooved me, and there are not too many things that shock me, but what really agitated my soul to the core was the following morning wasn't the amount of victims, who the victims were, the victim's family, and the police response in this, because from my understanding, the police really didn't know what to do. They really didn't know what to do. I need people to understand that this is a very, very small town. Think of College Station, Sweet Home, Wrightsville, where if you're not from around here and you're driving, you never recognize this place. That's how small it is.
Ducked off.
Yeah, it's ducked off. And there's not very much there. It is predominantly a Latino community. It is a disadvantaged community. So we have to understand that this is literally a blip on a map, but at the same time, this community mattered, these people mattered.
Right.
So at the same time, the following morning, and I'm not kidding y'all at all. The question was asked, was this 18-year-old kid legal? Does it matter? Does it matter? The scum just shot all these people. Does it matter whether he crossed the border legally or not?
Mm.
Does that matter? And what gets me is that you have people right now, the press conference yesterday, and I believe his name is Beto O'Rourke, and he was once a representative and he was running for governor, which I will say this, if I lived in that area, he would have my vote. Um, got up during the press conference, and Abbott had the violins playing and he had Senator Cruz standing behind him. And let me just say this, anytime you are a senator and you're, remember that snowstorm that hit Texas?
Mm. Which one?
And well, remember when they didn't have power
Oh
and
yeah,
light,
yeah. That was
electricity,
man.
and water
That was a few years ago, a couple of years ago.
a couple of years ago. And he saw that the snowstorm was coming and that there was an issue with the power grid. This joker went to a warm climate. Him and the family packed up and they went on vacay.
Oh yeah. That definitely was
And
a couple of years ago.
and if you remember, it was his neighbors that dimed him out. It was the neighbors that showed pictures of the dogs on the inside of the house. Like, hey, he left us here, we freezing. And then he set up here and got back on the plane, came back to Texas and tried to save face. So Ted Cruz had the audacity to stand behind Governor Abbott while they were escorting um, O'Rourke out and saying, "This is sick. You're using this as a political agenda." Well, aren't you doing the same thing, Abbott? Are
Yep.
you not doing the
All
same
of
thing,
them.
Cruz?
All of
You
them.
all, you all are having an NRA convention, and forgive me because I cannot remember the name of. I believe he's a senator or a state representative. He has dropped out of the convention. He's not coming. Now is not the time to have an NRA convention. This ain't it.
Right.
This ain't it. And what kills me is that a a child, a baby is more important while it's inside the mother's womb than it is outside of it. And then the mother itself doesn't matter.
Hey, that's the South for you. That's the South.
Thank you.
That's the South.
So that I need some kind of clarity on this because the words don't match the picture at all. This
Hey,
right here behind me, if this doesn't bother you, you have a hole in your soul.
bro. I mean,
You have a hole in your soul.
yo.
Miles is 19, Gavin is 17. This could have happened anywhere.
Mhm.
This has happened in Arkansas. Jonesboro.
You know that you had a post up on your Facebook that had all those names.
Yeah, it had every single shooting. These weren't churches. These were just schools.
Schools. Like
And
with all those
the biggest one happened at the college campus back in the 60s, where that guy went up in the tower and he was sniping. That happened in the 60s.
elements.
So,
Didn't they make a movie off of that?
remember higher learning when the
That's
boy
it.
went up, when the
Tyra
white
Banks.
boy,
Yeah.
yeah, he went up in that tower.
Uh-huh.
That right there, John Singleton, God rest his soul. That's where John Singleton got that from. He got that from that. And
Educate.
higher learning, one thing that I loved about higher learning, that John Singleton did, that was really a coming of age film.
Right.
That really showed how college affects different people of different social classes and different social groups. Because the white boy that went up in that bell tower and started shooting people, he just had a dire need to belong. He didn't know who he was.
Right. Right. And he
And
got manipulated.
everybody who he hung around, everybody who he hung around didn't accept him, but the Aryan nation did.
And
So
to have
he went, and he got, the thing about it is he got so far into that portion of it where he literally lost himself. And then once he realized what he done, he did what most of these folks that go kamikaze did. He took the trash out.
right. So
So
that's your saying of eating a bullet.
pretty
Pretty.
much. And but that whole Buffalo situation, I hate to say this, but we are so used to these type of things occurring to the point of where when they took him alive, we were upset, but we weren't shocked.
Yeah.
We were upset, but we wasn't shocked.
Just like for me to say this, I won't be shocked if he get off.
I wouldn't either because
I won't be shocked
because
if he
look
get
what
off.
happened with Rittenhouse. And here's what bothers me with Rittenhouse. Let me get comfortable here.
Oh
Here's
snap!
what here's what bothers me with Rittenhouse. So you are strapped with an AR and you running towards me, and I put my hands on you. This judge legit made the people who were defending themselves seem like they were the ones that were wrong. This boy had photos on social media with the good old boys. He had drove so many miles, and you went to this peaceful protest, hell bent on running up and getting done up.
Right.
And you get off, and after you get off, you do know who funded his defense. These same privileged pieces of trash.
Same privilege. Pieces of trash. I wish I could say that 12 times fast. For real. For real.
So, somebody said, so what do we do? How, what do we say? We're not in control of anything. We're
You
not in
know,
control of anything but ourselves.
unfortunately, Jen, what we need to do, we can't say it
Exactly.
or do it. What we need to do,
However, I'm licensed to carry. Try me.
you in a good place.
Because I'm going to say this. Someone once said that black people saying we are not our ancestors was disrespectful. No, it's not. And I'm going to tell you why. We can still get hung from a tree. We can still be beaten. We can still be killed. The thing about it is now we got evidence of what caused this to happen to us.
Right.
Because my thing is this, y'all, if y'all go on YouTube, there's a whole channel dedicated to Kens and Karens getting mopped up off the floor for sitting up here saying something stupid to a black, Asian, or Latino person. It's a
Right.
whole channel
Oh, oh,
dedicated
oh,
to this.
oh. Hey, when you talk about the Asian thing up here on the, and they have it. There's a wave of, as they say, hate, Asian hate crimes here.
Yes, it is. And you know why? We know why that happened. You remember when COVID jumped off?
I mean, yes,
But it's been happening in certain portions of New York State. It's been happening for a
it
number
has,
of
but it
years.
makes no sense because
But guess what? What people don't realize is that's a very disenfranchised community too.
I mean, you would never know because they keep all their business to self.
Well, here in recent years, with the establishment of the railroad system across the Old West, there were Asians that worked right alongside Black people in the foundation and the building of railroads. There were Asians that worked in houses as servants. Now, they weren't subjected to the hell that Black people were, but nonetheless, they had servitude too, unfortunately. So,
The world we live in.
yeah, the world we live in. But I'm
Yeah,
done talking about that. But you know what? Ted Cruz, FYI, you're Hispanic too, sweet pea.
yeah, right. Yeah, Doug Cruz.
But
Yo,
apparently he identifies as a white privileged man.
I wonder. You know what? It'll be a good idea. It'll be something good to look at an application that he writes.
He checks white.
You think he
There's
do?
no doubt in. You think he don't?
I mean, hey, Ted Cruz, prove us wrong. Tweet
I
on
I
Facebook.
guarantee I guarantee you beyond a shadow of a doubt. I kid you not. That joker clicks white, and he says that he is not of Hispanic or Latino origin. I guarantee you he does.
Or
I
maybe,
can put money on it.
or maybe he clicks other.
We can all click other. We can all click other. Come on. I'm Heinz 57. I'm legit a mutt.
Oh Lord, the world. If you want to get your music played on Hood Tape, this the HoodCast. Please send us your MP3s to thehoodcast@gmail.com, and we will put you in our little small rotation.
I hate it here.
You hated word in Arkansas.
Just all of it together. Just child, I can't.
Hey, you and me both. I was telling my son the other day that I'm a survivor man. I can live off the land.
Yeah,
Shit,
you eat roadkill.
damn. I mean, no, I don't eat roadkill like that.
Really?
No, I don't
Really?
eat roadkill
Yeah,
like that.
come on now.
Listen to the way you saying it though. You're
It's
like,
still
oh, let me
roadkill.
eat roadkill. Oh shit, hold on just a minute. You just hit that. Let me eat this real
Question. Hold
quick.
on.
Oh,
Hold on. You ready?
yes, ma'am.
You're driving your van
Mhm.
through the countryside. You hit a raccoon.
I'm not
What
gonna
do
eat
you
no
do?
Cause
Okay,
no,
you
no, no,
hit a deer.
no, 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 no. Let me. You said I hit a raccoon. It depends.
Hmm.
Now,
Exactly.
no, no,
I
no,
proved
no,
my
no. It
point.
don't depend. No, no, yeah, it does though. But check it. 9.5 times out of 10, if I hit a raccoon with that big ass van, it's gonna splatter it. I'm not gonna eat nothing splatter.
You hit a deer during deer season. What do you do?
Shit, I'm gonna look both ways.
Exactly.
I'm gonna try some way to look a god to strap that motherfucker on top of the van and ride off into the sunset.
And I just made my point. Roadkill. BUDs. You kill it, we grill it.
But the way you talking, the way you sound, it's like I hit that
Why
blow.
are you mansplaining this? You'll eat it.
So let me ask you a question.
Go for it.
Okay, you eat hamburgers?
Yes.
Okay.
Rarely. I rarely eat red meat. Very rare.
Okay.
Cancer causing.
But you eat it though.
Maybe once every 6 months.
So the time that you do eat it,
Mm-hmm.
you get the ground beef at the grocery store, right?
Whole Foods. Keep going.
Whole Foods. Okay.
Grain fed, organic. Keep going.
That's good. That's good. That you think that you know that they tell you.
Oh God.
How do you know? How do you know that cow wasn't hit by a tractor? And they're like, oh shit, we accidentally hit this cow with a tractor.
Pause. Stop. Do you know how slow a tractor moves? Try again.
You know how slow a cow can move? Hey, for real, you never know. You
Go
never
to
know.
break. Go to break. We have just wasted 20 minutes of your time, mine included.
Oh, yes, we did. Hey, y'all, we'll be right back in just a little bit, right after this.
HoodTech presents the HoodCast.
What up? What up? Yeah. What up? I got the sauce. What up? The sauce. I only cop big, I don't care what it costs. You fucking with them lames, you ain't fucking with a boss. I got the sauce. Yeah. I only cop big, I don't care what it costs. You fucking with them lames, you ain't fucking with a boss. I got the sauce. Gold bottles and gold Cartiers, big homes with foreigns outside and we hardly there. Yeah, my girl got a girl in designer wear. We are not the same, little nigga, yeah, it's kinda clear. Meanwhile, I'm chillin', Bentley four-wheeling, big chain on winning, while you all up in your feelings by the old bitch I used to roll with. Get it business, that's my old flex, you miss my old sex, that's why you illin', huh? I got the sauce, I be in the coop. Yeah, I got your bro, she be in the loop. Yeah, bending corners with me, big dog. And I had gang sick though. Fly nigga, I'm a fly nigga. All these stones make it hard for me to tell time, nigga. I'm a different kind of breed, money can't buy, nigga. I really be in the mix, you don't stand by, niggas. I got the sauce. The sauce. I only cop big, I don't care what it costs. You fucking with them lames, you ain't fucking with a boss. I got the sauce. I only cop big, I don't care what it costs. You fucking with them lames, you ain't fucking with a boss. I got the sauce. Call a bottle service, we ain't running out of chips yet. If she bad, ace of spade, get her lips wet. We celebrating like we won a big bet. Tell them more than anything, this a big check. You know that hard for shit, where if you act like you tough, they'll park your shit. Niggas be flyer than Jesus on some coffin shit. Spinning a rack a week on some abortion shit. I dead niggas, I fed niggas. I took so many losses, I really ran circles around you fed niggas. I swear I melt niggas, but I'm too busy trying to get to the cheese. Don't need your help, niggas. The sauce. I only cop big, I don't care what it costs. You fucking with them lames, you ain't fucking with a boss. I got the sauce. I only cop big, I don't care what it costs. You fucking with them lames, you ain't fucking with a boss. I got the sauce.
HoodTech presents the HoodCast.
Yeah, niggas cash gang, nigga cash. Big cash.
You already know Gio got that song.
I work so hard to keep the fans like enemy, I spread them out. Say that I'm a hoe and that I'm lacking, it's cause of word of mouth. Nigga, I clutch the chop, ain't scared of shit unless I'm dodging narcs. Broski did high speed up on the cops, he damn near flipped the car. Damn. Yeah, he damn near flipped the car. Remember in 8th grade, they always said I wasn't gonna make it far. Now I'm finally made, I graduated. Right hand grabbed the mic, left hand grabbed the cup, then filled it up, and they said fuck some love. Damn. Yeah, I'm out here chasing cat. Young nigga 19. Out here living fast, they pushing up on the other side unless I got a mask. Steady see my niggas on the shirt, it got me feeling crazy. I work so hard to get these bands, when I get them, yeah, I spread them out. Say that I'm a hoe and that I'm lacking cause of word of mouth. Nigga, I clutch the chop, ain't scared of shit unless I'm dodging north. Broski did high speed up on the cops, he damn near flipped the car. Cash. Yeah, bitch, they like to call me Cash. Where was nigga at when I was down the bed? I here feeling sad. I was at her all alone, no one picked up the phone. Now I live for a beat like a crackhead free for drugs. Hey, what's gonna happen to the niggas that got it out that mud? Hey, nigga, I'ma get rich and famous. Nigga, I'ma make us away. I'ma have to send a hustle all day on the Saturday. Then go to church and pray for forgiveness up on the Sunday. I work so hard to get these bands, so I get them, yeah, I spread them out. Say that I'm a hoe and that I'm lacking just cause of word of mouth. Nigga, I clutch the chop, ain't scared of shit unless I'm dodging arch. Broski did high speed up on the cops, he damn near flipped the car. I'm an ape in human form, I already did my transformation. And I gotta make it. Gotta do it cause I'm grandma baby. No handouts, yeah, I had to take. Can't wait to say I finally made it. Yeah, I'm a rapper. Since you worried about my occupation, nigga, I'm undefeated. Can't no nigga come and take me out. Focused on the rap because I think I found a better route. Nigga, I'd rather be rich and famous. Nigga, I ain't gonna see a drought. I'm not gonna see a motherfucking drought. Nigga, I ain't gonna see a drought. I work so hard to get these bands, why I get them, yeah, I spread them out. Say that I'm a hoe and that I'm lacking cause of word of mouth. Nigga, I clutch the chop, ain't scared of shit unless I'm dodging north. Broski did high speed up on the cops, he damn near flipped the car. Gas, nigga.
Gas. What's up, world? We are back. Second segment of Hood Tech presents the HoodCast. Me and Jen E. All right. I'm gonna have to start putting our let people see our comments and whatever. But usually I don't put it up because I like people to see us.
So, interesting news article.
Interesting.
I'm not shocked and or surprised. Designer babies.
Hold up, designer babies as in dolls?
No, actual live human infants.
Oh, they doing that now. They've been doing
Right. Well, not to this extent. Because, for example, artificial insemination, where they get the egg from the mommy, mixes with the sperm from the daddy,
Right.
goes in a little petri dish, and then they insert it back into the mommy, and you get twins, triplets, quintuplets. But then they took it a next level, where they would look at the sex of these embryos before they were implanted, and they would go, "Want a girl? You want a boy? Okay, well, implant 3 females, 2 males and a female, 4 males. Let's see what sticks." Well, now they've taken it to another level because now they're starting to play with the embryos. So, for example,
That's disturbing.
let's have a little fun here, shall we? Now, everyone, I want you to look at this fine specimen here, known as G-Mac the Boss. Now, G-Mac has a struggle beard. He wears glasses. You about what, 5'5", 5'4"?
Yeah, whatever.
Okay, so short, little round fellow, kind of like the mayor of Munchkinland, but yet adorable nonetheless. So let's just say, for the sake of argument, you reproduce with said fine specimen right here, and you make a decision. Okay, I'm short, he's short. Okay, doc, I want this baby to be able to run, jump, and play like James Harden.
Shit, you talking about making a Judge Dredd?
Pretty much. Or better yet, you want this baby. Okay, cafe au lait colored gentleman here. Mommy is mocha latte, much like myself. Okay, I want him French Montana yellow. Doc can whip it up. I want him to have curly hair. Done. Let's do light brown eyes like Devontae from Jodeci. Done. This is what they're doing, which pretty much they're playing God. Because we all know that if me and you made a human being,
Right.
that human being is going to look a certain way based on 23 of your chromosomes and 23 mine.
Right. So let me ask you a question, just a Gen E opinion question.
Hmm.
Since the people that you refer to as the people from the mountain of Caucasus,
Caucus.
well, some of the extreme right of them that believe in this so-called replacement theory, I know a lot of them are in money. You see what I'm saying? So if that's the case, why don't they do that
I
instead
know,
instead
right?
of murking us? You see what I'm saying?
Right. Instead of sitting up here, if you, and see, I'm glad that you said that.
That's crazy.
Instead of having the inert ability, if you have this ability to go in a laboratory like Madame Curie and her husband and create a whole race of human beings and call them designer, what you got to get rid of me for?
Right. Well, I guess what they said is there's too many of them motherfucking niggers. Gotta get rid of some of them.
Probably. And you know what? That and okay, and you just answered that question. It's too many of us.
But it's not enough of us.
Well, you got to think about something. They're the minority. Remember,
Now,
black and brown people have always been considered minorities.
right,
You know what proved that we wasn't minorities? When they had to come up with affirmative action. Oh, it's too many of y'all getting educated.
right. That
It's too many of y'all want to be doctors and lawyers and nurses and not sweep the floor and do laundry and help us raise our children. So here comes this law called affirmative action that says because you black, I can't tell you that I can't hire you. So guess what they did? They came up with a little something I like to call, I'm sorry, they call, we think you're overqualified.
that's what it is. The whole qualification. I had that a couple of times.
You know what? That has been the story of my life since I was 19.
Boy, I remember that. And I was like, you know what? Time to start working for yourself, G Mac.
Well, you know what though? There was one instance, and you gonna laugh. There was one instance where I interviewed for a position, and I was probably like 21, 22, and I was just starting out. And sat down, and of course, the lady was she was a good mountain of caucus. She was from the good neighborhood, and she said to me, she said, I'm gonna be honest with you. She said, you're too qualified for this position, but they have an opening in this department. Let me call that hiring manager.
Right.
And I got that job. I did in fact get that job. So, she was from, a different side of the mountain.
So the job that you were applying for must have been a way better job than the job that she actually called to get that you get.
Correct.
Right.
But the fact of it was it wasn't that, now I will say this, it wasn't like there it was so much of a downgrade. It wasn't. It was within the same department. It was within the same department in the same base pay, just a different title.
Mm,
If that makes any sense.
yeah, it makes sense. It wasn't what you wanted, but
No, but the thing about it is me being who I was, you know, um Cream Cup, these photos behind me are of those babies that were killed at Elementary in Texas, in Uvalde, Texas. Yeah,
yes,
that's what those pictures are.
them babies.
Yes, babies. And the thing about it is, just to add back to that, I was asked a question when this happened because the facility that I work in, we deal with adults, we deal with children. We have residential children in residency there, and they go to school there. And I have been blessed to live over 40 years and have over 40 rotations around the sun. It would be nothing for me to throw my body across one of these kids. It would have been nothing. You know why? Because I've lived a full life.
Right, right.
I've done most of what I had to do. And let me say this to the people, the person on Instagram that said they not my kids, I wouldn't have thrown myself over to protect them. You, sir, are what's wrong with the world right there.
It could have been nah. I
Yeah, it could have been. It
I,
could have
I,
been.
I finna say something that I'm gonna take back, and I'm not gonna say it. I finna
Mm,
say he was finna be something
hmm
say, but yeah, you got people in this world. It's crazy that we can't have a normal.
We can't go to the grocery store. First it was the schools. Then you had a dude walk in the church. Now we got the supermarket. Now you have people who can sit here, listen to me carefully, who can sit here now through IVF, y'all, IVF, in vitro fertilization, through in vitro fertilization can make designer human beings, but yet the purge starts at midnight and y'all still after us where you can make your own army.
Right. Oh, if they're not doing that,
You know what? For
if
them
they're
to
not
come
doing
up, for them, for Newsbreak to have an article, and matter of fact, the article came from abaftgame.com, and it literally explains the process of how they're doing it. And the article came out 12/21 of 2021, came out last year, at the end of last year, at how they're doing it, and they call it Eugenics is what it's called, and it's the manipulation of embryos. Is what it is. It's the manipulation of embryos.
it. Wow. I
So,
wonder how much something like that would cost.
oh well, I will say this now. By the way, speaking of in vitro fertilization, I got to talk about this. Netflix, Netflix, there is a documentary on there called Our Father, and it is about a doctor in Indiana who some of these women provided the samples of their husband. Some of these women had donor sperm samples. Instead of him using it, he used his own. And yeah, he used his own. And in the documentary, not to ruin it for anybody, but
Gone.
close to 100 children he has fathered.
And did what you say? What you say? What? What's the
No, he didn't do eugenics to do it. But if you all want to know about in
old
vitro,
school way?
he the old school way where they go in the little room with the curtain, and but instead of him using the sample that these women provided, or if these women had issues getting pregnant by their own husband and they used their own husband's sample to go through in vitro fertilization. We're talking about this man did this from 1976 till about 1989. So I think some of the youngest of his children are in their mid 30s now. The eldest starting off probably in 76.
Wow.
Um, and the name of it is Our Father on Netflix. Or if you have a Fire Stick, you can use any one of those apps and type in Our Father, and it's in there. And it talks about IVF, a standard IVF treatment from 1976 till about the early 90s with the hormone treatments and all these things. That was around about upwards of 25,000 to 30. Eugenics, because that was back then. Now, here's something very interesting. Now, with health insurance, they will pay, I think some will pay for 2 rounds of IVF treatment, and they will pay for an additional round through something known as prior authorization, where the insurance company literally has to approve it. They'll pay for an additional round of it. So, it just kind of depends, to say
Right.
the least. Now something like eugenics, you gonna break bread, because we're talking about anywhere from $125,000 to $350,000.
That's now.
That's now. This is eugenics. This means, like I said earlier, if you want a baby that's going to be RoboCop,
Right.
you're gonna pay anywhere from $125,000 to $350,000.
And they can do that
They
without a
can do that.
without a shadow of a doubt.
Yes, according to this article
So
that was shared, that was shared, that can be done. So right now, you, my little Oompa Loompa, if you wanted to be the father of James Harden, it could be done for $125,000 to $350,000.
Hey, yo, that is wow. It almost makes you think. It's like it's borderline. I mean, shit. They might as well go ahead and they say human cloning is illegal. Shit, they might
Well,
as well.
wait a minute. You're forgetting about Dolly the sheep. Remember?
Yeah, but that's not human.
Yeah, but who's saying, where's my cousin? Because remember, she keeps talking about clones.
Uh huh. Human cloning is illegal.
Yes, it
They didn't
is.
say
Well,
shit about cloning because they
wait a
clone
minute.
shit already now.
I'm
They
telling
clone
my
vegetables.
age. I'm telling my age. There is a movie with the guy that played the original Batman, Michael Keaton. And the movie came out when we were
Well,
little.
he's
It was
not the
called,
original Batman, but yeah. Go ahead.
well, Bruce, we know who the original Batman was. But I'm talking about when they started big movie theater, Michael Keaton.
Okay.
There's a movie, and God is old, and it may be on Amazon Prime, it may be on Tubi TV. But I remember being little and it being so funny to me. It's called Multiplicity, and it was about human cloning. And what it was, he made one clone, and the clone seemed like it was straight, but as he kept cloning himself, the clones kept getting dumber and dumber. And I just feel like if they released it where they could clone humans, I'm not saying that they hadn't done this yet, because it was a whole scandal about Gucci Mane being a clone.
What? Really?
Yeah, remember when he got out of prison and the way he looked? They were like, "That is not the original Gucci Mane. Who is this?" You don't
I
remember
mean, anybody gonna look different when they coming out of the penitentiary.
Hold on.
He
I
didn't
gotta
look.
find. I
You
kid
have to
y'all
show
not. They tried to say that Gucci Mane was a clone, and that just tickled me to death. Not that I ever listened to him, but
Oh,
I'm
Lord.
just saying. I just, you know what? There are certain. Okay, I'm gonna tell you when I listened to him. Speaking of clones, and I know this is off the subject. You know when I listened to him?
When?
When I used to listen to Gucci, when he was actually dealing with Jesus.
See,
I used to listen to mixtape.
I like the post Jeezy shit.
I used to listen to mixtape Gucci when he was with Jeezy.
That's what
Back
that's what they had.
and back when Deb Atney had Gucci and she had Nicki and best mixtape. I like Beam Me Up Scotty Nicki. Whatever this Nicki Minaj is now, I don't know what that is.
That's the industry, Nikki. The
It
industry
sure is.
will take you through there.
Right.
The
I just
industry will take you through there. The way the industry take you through there, if you want to put a physical look on it, it's a transformation of
now
little.
watch this. I'm finna get in trouble. Y'all ready?
Hold on, nah, we're not ready. Hold on.
Okay.
Okay, we're ready now.
This is how you know an artist has fell off. You ready? When they can jump on anybody's track. 6 years ago, 7 years ago, you had to really be somebody to get Nicki to give you a verse.
Right?
Look who she's giving verses to now.
Who she giving verses to? I mean, it's telling our age.
Coi Leray,
Okay.
Lil Baby.
I mean, little baby.
Listen, listen. Do you think Lil Baby just coming out because
He
these
ain't just
these
coming out.
no, he's not. But some of these are just now getting a name,
Yeah.
just getting a name for themselves. You have to think about Nikki said in a verse, she's not coming off of a show or a verse for less than 100,000.
Right.
So
That's
my
what
question is
I
this:
was just finna say.
she's not. I don't believe she's charging 100,000 anymore. Coi Leray,
She might
and
not
that's
be charging 100,000 though, but I bet she charging 40. Shit.
right.
40,
It's
50.
not. It's not what she used to.
Still. And then she really don't have to rap no more. She got the
She
what's she got
doesn't
what's that? This Moscato shit she got?
mix.
Yeah,
And let me just say this about mixed Moscato: fruit juice. You have to drink 8 of them to just get slightly buzzed.
Well, you got some Nicki Minaj wannabes up here that think, I see
You
that
know
shit
what
everywhere.
though? And I was watching a video last night, since we're on cloning and medicine and all this, where the way women are starting to look, I'm not the aesthetic anymore. I'm not the prototype anymore.
Okay.
They're all shaped like mango seeds. Think about how a mango seed is shaped. You're small up here, you start to widen here, and you're wide at the bottom.
Right.
Waist this big around.
Caribbean.
Now,
Yeah.
uh, I'm gonna give you a minute to contain yourself. Wipe your chin.
Oh, please do. Oof. Caribbean booty.
But see, here's what they don't understand: all this plastic surgery, all this fix a flat.
Ooh. Ooh. I'm glad you said that. Just the other day. Oh my God. Just the other day.
Oh
I was
God,
at the beach, right? I'm at the
why?
chilling, chilling. You know what I'm saying? Trying
They
to
try
find.
to push you back into the ocean again.
No, 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 no. You get it twisted. See, I was hold on one second. Hold on one second before I say that real quick.
Oh God, here he
Okay.
goes.
Now, I was sitting down in my own bed, just watching the scenery and stuff, because actually there's a little scenery. And I look, I'm like, my God, who is that? My God, she looks beautiful. And then when you see her walk by, you just gotta watch it. All
No,
men
I don't know.
bottom. Well, I'm telling you, all men look at the bottom. So I'm looking, and Dominican, nice fatty, but you know how a lot Caribbean women when they got good body, they like to show their stuff. So she had
Pause. You do know what my origin is, right?
you're Arkansas. Anyway,
No, I'm not.
you're Arkansas. Well, you've been Arkansas as long as I've known you.
But I'm
Calendar
Haitian.
from Arkansas, and you have a country accent,
Still Haitian.
but you. Anyway,
Haitian grandparents.
Can I
Like,
tell
what
my
is wrong
story?
with you?
You're hating on my booty story. Can I tell my booty story, please? Can I tell my booty story, please? Okay, thank you. Okay, anyway, what was I? Oh yeah, I saw this Dominican chick. I'm talking about beautiful, beautiful. Had the body she was talking about. So she walked past me, and check it. This is the first time I seen this. I didn't think that I would see this world, but it instantly made me go from here to there.
Oh my God.
Looked at her butt, and when she,
It's fake.
yes, I saw the in her butt. I saw the look. I'm like, oh
You
my God.
Because guess what happens? Let me share something with you. One, it doesn't have ebb and flow like mine does. That's one. Two, as you gain weight, that packing material don't grow with you. So what happens is you look like playground rocks.
But no, no, no. She wasn't big. She was like small.
No, she was small, but the thing about it is it wasn't real
Right? It wasn't real, but I think it's because her butt wasn't wide enough. You see what I'm saying?
because her waist was this big.
Yeah, her waist was small, but I don't think her hips were wide enough.
No,
You see what I'm saying? Because
she
when,
wasn't
when she walked,
proportionate.
well, you don't know. When girls with big butts walk, it jiggles,
Right. You
right?
don't have that
So
when it's not real.
no, it jiggled though, but I can see the outline on the side when
Yeah,
it jiggled.
because
You see what I'm saying?
because all
Because
that packing material ain't.
yeah, she didn't have she really. I don't think her hips were wide enough because it was like it was coming off the. That's the first time ever in my life seen it. I
You never
couldn't get
seen
my.
that? You need to come visit home sometime. It's millions of them walking around here.
You are lying. How did it get down to that little piece of shit? I mean, damn, for
Swe-
real?
Sweetie, do you know who's building them? The kids are.
Yeah, she ain't lying. She ain't lying. Damn.
The
Wow.
kids are building them.
I know
So
this
that's where
real
that's
stuff.
coming
I'm,
from.
I'm thinking like they say you can go over to the Caribbean and get the butt plant for cheap like all of your plastic surgery.
Yeah, like 2000. I mean, they're getting
So
mommy
she look
makeovers
she
for
had to
5 grand.
She had to
But you
have
know what?
realty.
I'm gonna say this. Some of them are sitting up here. The way they built, they look like they paid for it with an EBT card. I said what I said.
Looked like she paid with it with paid for it with an EBT card. Cause she was beautiful. I'm talking about beautiful. Until I mean, some men might like that shit.
Well, my thing is this: if it's covered up by clothes, you really not gonna notice it. But by
You
her
really not
being
gonna
at the
notice.
beach, you like,
And maybe she didn't notice that about that. You see what I'm saying? Maybe she just didn't take time to notice that about her stuff. Like, oh my God! When I walk, some of my implants show. You know, maybe she didn't ever notice
I
that.
mean, I'm gonna tell you what happened. I went into the mall, and I'm not gonna say what store it is because I don't know who's watching.
Oh,
But this little girl was this big, and she came around the counter to get something for me. And I'm looking, and I'm like, Pumpkin, what did you do? It looked like, you know how ants look, how the body of an ant is shaped.
with the
That's
head.
how, I mean, the bottom portion, the way she was shaped,
Oh,
and like it was coming from her back, it looked like she had two tumors.
mm,
And then her legs were this big, the upper body was this big, but you had this big, huge, and I'm thinking to myself, Pumpkin, you can't think this looks good. Because when she came back from the counter, it was a guy in there. He was with his girlfriend. He was like, because she looked like she was going to tip over.
damn.
And she was standing there and she was talking to me. And I was like, I was blinking. I don't have my lashes on, but I was blinking like Nicki Minaj. I'm like, oh my God, this poor baby.
Oh, snap. Well, we finna take a little music break, and we shall be back, me and Jenny, with the third and final segment of Hood Tech presents the HoodCast 272.
Hood Tech presents the HoodCast.
Even though we so high, even though this fire was blind, it's no longer time. Overall, this shit's been slumping, bumping when we ride, vibes, highs, been a long time coming. I'm loving the way things you say. That's how I know you love me. One smooth ride, we would be flying. Yeah. Instead, we collide and we never arrive. We do not deserve this bumpy ride. How much love do we try? How much longer do we cry? I think it's best we check the time. Just to know I know you love me, loving me wholly, loving me slowly, loving me once upon a time, loving me only, loving me strongly, loving me you're no longer mine. I changed my mind so many damn times, motherfucking right. We do not deserve a puppy cry. Even though we so high, how much longer do we try? How much longer do we try? Even though this fire was bright, it's no longer our time. Just know I know you. Tugging and pulling and tugging. I'm all I will. We fucking and fussing. We having discussions, but nothing's really up for discussion. A couple hours, let's get this time. But we cry. Even though we so high. Even though this fire was fly. It's no longer our time. Just know I know you love me. Right.
HoodTech presents the HoodCast.
A big event, a box office hit, a classic was so dramatic. The movie was so passionate, it comes naturally. Our love's not scripted or pre-rehearsed. Sometimes it's truly a gift, other times it becomes a curse. Our love is special, living treasure, I want this forever. I am your heart, you are my star, I wanna be wherever you are. So much emotion, so much passion, so much soul that makes us both. Oh, it's so electric, we're so connected. Our love is epic. Every time we make love, I never wanna let go. Cause the passion in those eyes makes me wanna give it to you more. What we have is so precious and worth dying for. It's so tempted, I'm never empty. It's worth fighting for. Special, living treasure. I want this forever. My star, wherever you are. So much emotion, so much passion, so much soul. It's so electric, we're so connected. Our love is epic. Like beautiful music, you're my favorite melodies. Like poetry, your words move right through me. They don't make a kind of love no more. And our love continues to fall. The good and the bad, we're the best we ever had. Oh.
Baby, you ain't never seen a love like this, I can guarantee. And maybe when we making love, I swear it's the only place I wanna be. Just like a 38, I got that special love. Wrestler, I pin you down, tap the ground, I let you up. I got your body making waves like the ocean current. He got that old love and everything I do is current. Wanna touch you all the time cause God know that you deserve it. Do it from 9 to 5, I love the way that shawty work it. Just like your shadow, girl, I wanna be everywhere you be. Alphabet love, I put it down from A to Z. Our love is epic, respect it, very impressive. Them haters stressing, depressing, like the recession. We get it poppin' every day, making love in every way, baby like a 38.
Our love is special, love is treasure, love is forever. Forever. I am your heart, you are my star, be wherever you are. So much emotion, so much passion, so much soul. It's so electric, it's so connected. Our love is epic. Our love is special, love is treasure, love is forever. I am your heart, you are my star, be wherever you are. So much emotion, so much passion, so much soul.
Times don't last alone. You gotta keep on, keep on, keep on. You are much stronger than you know, you know, you know, you know. The sun doesn't shine all the time. Shining, shining. You gotta have the rain to help you grow. Every day is a battlefield. Feels like the world is after you. You gotta put your armor on. You will make it through. Tough times don't last long. You gotta gotta keep on, keep on, keep on. You are much stronger than you know, you know, you know, you know. Tough times don't last long. You gotta keep on, keep on, keep on. You are much stronger than you know, you know, you know, you know. I know it's been crazy, but you can't lose the pride in what you have and who you are. Continue to fight. I know that it's worn you down, you gotta fight to survive. You are something special. Continue to show. Tough times don't last long. You gotta keep on, keep on, keep on. You are much stronger than you know, you know, you know, you know. Tough times don't last long. You gotta keep on, keep on, keep on. You are much stronger than you know.
Yes, you are. Yes, very strong. What's up, world? Welcome back. Third and final segment. I had that's my crown. That's my snitch. Third and final segment. HoodCast 200. Oh, get us back on this thing. HoodCast 272. This
Okay, I
this
have a
world we live.
question,
Yes, ma'am.
and it may seem racist, but I have to ask this question.
Oh, if it seems racist, then I must. Okay.
Lord, forgive me for what I'm about to say, dear Father God. However, um, have you seen Chinese people get gas?
Hold on. Say that you said it too
Have
fast.
you seen them get gas? Have you seen them actually purchase gas?
You talking about at the pump?
Yeah.
Actually, I have lots of
Okay, this is an Arkansas thing. Okay.
them. Why you say that?
I have not seen them buy gas. I have never been at the gas station and seen a Chinese person get gas.
Well, being where I'm at now and knowing how Arkansas is, there are that's not a large population of
But
Asian.
they own the gas stations though. Right over there across from ULR.
Oh, you talking about she not there no more?
Miss Jenny is still there, but what I'm saying is I've never seen them actually purchase gas.
She own a gas station.
Exactly. She owns it, but I've never seen Chinese people like pull up and buy gas.
That's probably because they don't probably buy gas on that side of town.
Possibly. I like the way you think. Anyway,
Yes,
just saying.
right. Because
Fried chicken.
even though where you are is the University of Arkansas Little Rock, it's still what we refer to as the hood.
And he is. And he is.
So I've known my many years at Euler, I've known a few foreign people that didn't buy their gas in that neighborhood. So I mean,
Yeah. I mean, you
it's
know
different.
what, Miss Jenny, here's what's funny. It's been over 20 years, and I walk in there. She still remembers me. She still asks me how the kids are. I go in there, I get my Red Bulls, you know, and yes, two sugar-free Red Bulls.
Oh well, you gotta have some type of energy to be tackling them dudes, huh? You gotta have some
You know
type of
what? I'll be glad when Mercury retrograde ends June 3rd, and I'll be glad when it's over with. Cause boy, I am tired.
what's that?
Mercury retrograde is like the misalignments of planetary movement. So you will
Third saying
see.
you're an astrology song.
So no, because just like for example, when a patient has dementia, you have sundowning. So sundowning can happen at any time, but it happens more so over in the evening hours, dropping barometric pressure, the sun setting, and drops in cortisol levels in the body, what causes them to be more confused than they would be throughout the course of the day. Full moon. During full moons, more babies are born during full moon because the
Okay,
gravitational pull on the earth and the tide is high in the ocean.
you gotta
And
grab
then
that
two,
something.
God. And then during full moons, we see more homicides, more hospital admissions through the ER, higher crime rates.
Ain't lying.
So during Mercury retrograde, you will see a person's be a little bit more emotional than usual. Um, you'll see change in sleep patterns,
You saying
cognitive
Mercury retrograde.
Mercury retrograde.
Mercury retrograde in the full moon. Man, we can't win for losing this motherfucker. Shit.
It's like, when we had a pink moon the other night, some weeks ago, we had a pink moon. And, during that pink moon, if you weren't outside during that time, you missed out. You really did. You missed out on some amazing things. And there are a lot of people, they buy alkaline water and they put it outside during Mercury retrograde for purification. Some people put crystals outside. Some people put certain types of plants outside. Some people will plant gardens and flowers after Mercury retrograde. So what Mercury retrograde really is an optical illusion where it depends like a planet is moving backwards. And what is actually going on is not moving backwards in a sense, but it looks like it.
You're such a
So,
nerd. I mean,
mm,
that's a good thing. Hey, nerds are in now these days.
yeah, we really are because everybody wants to be shaped like mango seeds and be filled with fix-a-flat.
Hey, I want to ask you a question. If I were to do a segment, because this is one thing that I've been telling the world that I want to do. I want to do a roasting session, kind
Mhm.
of almost like I see. I don't want to say almost like something, but it kind of really is kind of,
Kind of like wilding out when they do wild style.
but one on one. You see what I'm saying? Hey, would you do a regular session with somebody or random person?
Absolutely.
Oh
You
snap!
don't remember me calling that little girl that they let compete in the Olympics a Russian cyborg?
Damn,
Come on now.
that was oh shit. Sure was. Well, I guess
I have no
it's
problem with
happening soon.
insulting anybody.
Yes, you do not. She is
You've
not lying
seen,
about
you've
that.
seen if you're on Facebook, you've seen my petty moments of reflection.
I've seen her personally. She does
Where,
not give any fucks, world. None.
where
Trust me when
did
I
you see that? Did you see that post? Okay, and I know we got to go, but I got to talk about this. So there's a post on my Facebook page where this lady was talking about her husband had a friend.
uh
Well, has a friend, and he calls the friend his nicotine. So those of us that know anything about nicotine, when you need nicotine, you need a fix. So the friend had been coming around more often than usual because his wife died of cancer. So the husband and the wife goes on vacation. The wife looks up. The husband's friend is there all of a sudden. And she's like, we did not budget for him to be on this vacation with us, this, that, and the third. The husband said, don't worry about it. The man has just lost his wife. Let's be hospitable. He's going to be gone most of the day while we're on vacation. Okay, fine. Late at night, the husband's friend comes into the hotel room. Okay, you finna catch this floor. The husband wakes his wife up and proceeds to tell her to lay on the floor and let the friend get in bed with him. Now, with that being said, this is what happened. Y'all ready? So if you look, and next week we got to share the video that I did because it's the picture of her trying to rationalize what happened, and it's a video of me responding to what I just read that is absolutely hilarious. Did you see that? Where I was sitting and I had the drink and I was
I see when you had the other little video. I didn't listen to it though, but I saw it.
yeah, that right there killed so many people. But yeah, the world we live in,
Right.
nonetheless.
Well,
And listen, I know that I'm against HR administration by having on a wife beater, but it's hot in here.
hey, it's hot here. So if it's hot here, I know it's at least 20 degrees hotter there. So
Yeah,
yo,
I'm
I'm
hot.
the boss will let you slide today.
I'm hot.
I don't
Sorry.
see. It's like you got a shirt under that. So
Yeah, I do.
So okay, I understand. I'm gonna give you a slide
But I
today.
mean, you sweat profusely anyway, though.
I'm fat. I can't help it.
That is not where we were going with
You know
this.
what? Hey, you know what? Let me ask you a question. Where do pigs sweat? I grew up on
No,
a farm.
no, they're
What?
filthy. They
Do
do
they
not
sweat?
sweat.
They
Pigs
so
do
they
not
like
sweat.
dogs. They sweat out their tongue. Cause any
It
type of
ain't their tongue where they sweat out at. You might want to quit eating chitlins.
shit.
Oh God.
I don't think I'll never stop eating chitlins.
Oh Lord, why are you
You know,
like this?
seeing where they came from, looking at what they came from, looking at them getting ripped out where they came from,
Oh,
and still being able to enjoy a nice bowl of well cooked chitlins. Damn, maybe once.
my prayers are with your colon.
Hey, I don't eat chitlins every day. It's
You
just
will.
like no, I will not. Just like you say that you eat beef like twice a year or whatever, I may eat
Mhm.
chitlins even once a year, maybe twice a year. You see what I'm saying?
And
I have to
then my
eat
thing
chitlins.
is this: Hey, black people, why is it that y'all like to have them? Y'all alternate when y'all have them. Like
I'm
you
a,
might have them Christmas one year, you might have them Thanksgiving one year. They may be Easter one year. Like why?
but let me tell you this, and I don't know if you noticed this. There are a lot of cultures besides our culture
That eat them? Yeah.
that fucks with the pig heavy. That fucks with it heavy. The Caribbean culture, oh, they fuck
Oh
with that
yeah.
pig. They
Yeah.
fuck with
I
that
mean,
pig. Even
now I
the
will say
Asian
this.
culture.
Listen, you have not quite lived, ladies and gentlemen, until you've had one smoked in the ground with banana leaves.
That sounds good.
And guess who owns the pit?
Who owns the pig?
I own the pit.
You the pig.
I own the pit. The pit that you cook it in and you lower it into the ground. I have the pit.
Oh, so you got one of them in your house?
It's outside.
Oh shit, you can lower it in the ground and shit.
Hmm.
Oh, okay,
I'm
okay.
not gonna eat it, but
Why not?
pigs. Okay, pigs are cute as pets, people, but not for digestive purposes.
What? Shit.
But you eat roadkill. That was established several segments ago.
I mean, shit. Deer is venison is not bad. Don't tell me you one of the people that I don't like eating meat altogether. Oh meat. We're not supposed to eat meat. Oh, we're humans. We're supposed to eat up of vegetables and shit. Nah, fuck that. You ain't one of them, are you? Please don't tell me, GD, you're one of them. No, you're not.
I prefer chicken or fish.
Okay.
And I'm not eating tilapia. I'm not eating sole. I'm not eating whiting. I'm not eating cod.
I
And
mean,
I'm just not.
anything that's smaller than me, that's not human, that was moving and it's not moving anymore. I'm cooking it.
Even if he runs it over.
Even if I run that shit. Nope. Now, if I run it over and I splatter it everywhere, no, I can't do that. Because you can't eat the meat with the guts and shit in it. Come on now. You can't do that.
Didn't you eat an armadillo?
No, now, I do not like armadillo meat.
But you ate it. How many armadillos have we seen dead on the side of the road?
You know what? I do not know how that armadillo died. All I just know is I ate the meat. All I just know is I ate the meat. But you know what I mean?
Every week I press the link.
I don't like armadillo and I don't like possum.
You ate a possum.
Unfortunately, yes. Not a whole possum.
They rob graves.
So does catfish. Catfish eat shit.
They're bottom feeders. So are shrimp.
Right, and I love that shit. Mm.
But a possum is a rodent.
A raccoon is a rodent. With hands. I mean, shit.
They have fingers like people. Matter of fact, they got on lokes and gloves.
Till Cushion got big two rocket ass
I
raccoon.
know.
I was
And I
like,
went
hey,
back and I watched one of the older shows where it's laying on him, like on his shoulder, like a baby.
Oh yeah, that issue right there. I looked at that record. Like, damn, you a big delicious ass. Just, oh boy, you better be glad he love you. Cause I'll come up.
What do they taste like?
I don't know. Barbecue coon is just it's an acquired taste. I gotta have my barbecue. You know what I'm saying? I just can't have it any way. But barbecue.
Yes, who knew that you had a preference for how to eat roadkill? Okay, all right. I gotta go. I gotta get out of here. Come on, people.
Raccoons is not just the road. Never know unless you're not trying.
Random statement.
You go first.
Hate is like drinking poison and expecting the other person to die.
Yes. Yes. Loyalty is a privilege.
There it is. I agree.
That's what I say. Well, us
This was
two, we
it.
did it. Hey,
I gotta call you after the show.
yes, you do. World, we got new shit coming soon. New logo coming soon. Hopefully, it'll be a nice logo. You know, see what I'm saying? But we got new merch store coming soon. Working on that right now. Got a couple of new changes coming. Good news came to me
I
today.
got a merch idea.
Oh yeah, definitely. Got some good news today on a new location. So you know, see what I'm saying? A couple of months, you know, things are going to be gonna have a different, newer show. Just the way y'all like us. So with that being said,
Miss the other two. I did miss the other two.
yes, they'll be. We'll see Willie Biggs and Kokomo Monday. What's this Thursday? Yeah,
Yeah.
Monday. Monday.
I wish
You
it was
know. You know
Friday.
what? Yeah. You know what, y'all? Today was a good day for me. I didn't even drink as much Grand Marnier as I usually do.
I did notice that. I'm very proud of you. Because normally you stick your
Why?
pinky in the bottle and try to get all of it out.
Right. Whatever. Anyway, you know, today was been such a good day. You know, I cut my drinking to a minimal. I
No,
had
it wasn't minimal. No, see, now you're
Oh
lying.
yes, actually it was because it was just a shot earlier today. You know, usually I drink a half. I'm
Why
not
do
gonna
you
tell.
like this?
Let me stop. Let me stop. I'm not gonna tell everybody how much I drink because they'll think like,
A lot.
God damn, for real?
You sure you're not Haitian?
Never know. Let me stop that. Well, thank y'all for coming through and listening to us two and our shenanigans. We shall see y'all again Monday. Same hood time. Same hood channel. Y'all have a very, very hood day. Blessed day too.
Have a hood day.
Have a good day.
HoodTech presents the HoodCast. HoodTech presents the HoodCast.